Stay away after walking away. Hi guys, my name is Christine and today I'm talking about why it's so important after you have walked away from your crush or your ex, why you need to stay away. Before we get into this video, please do leave a like on it and please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you would like me to answer something in a different video or if you have any tips yourself, then please do leave them in the comment section so we can help each other out. Thank you so much. So one of the things that I see is people who say they're going to walk away from this person and they go into the no contact rule and not contact their ex or their crush, and then they go back on their word. Basically, they break no contact and they message them like a week later or a month later, hoping that they are actually going to get them back. They have reattracted them enough, their silence has been enough. But usually this kind of thing doesn't work, because if you suddenly go no contact with someone like your crush or an ex, and you then go back on that and you message them, you break no contact, no matter how much time has passed, your ex will be able to kind of read between the lines, or your crush will be able to read between the lines and tell that actually what you're doing when you're doing no contact with them, or you've even said to them that you're walking away from it and then go back on what you've said, they will be able to tell that you're actually using it as a technique to get this person back, as opposed to actually really meaning what you say and do. And of course, by doing so, they see right through it, and any attraction that might have been building for you, or any feelings of missing you, will basically just completely deflate, and you'll go back to square one basically, and maybe even worse off than square one. So when you do make the decision to go into no contact or to walk away from someone, you have to really, really mean it. So let's use a kind of an example here. So let's say you've been in a relationship and your relationship just broke off, things didn't work out, and let's say you got dumped, and then you say to your ex, I'm walking away from you, or you might even say something like a popular term, which is, let me know if you change your mind, something like that. You say that to them, and then all of a sudden, like a week later, you message them again saying, hey, how are you? Right? Because you've been incongruent with the things that you've said and you've been incongruent with your acts, this person, your ex, won't trust you. You need to mean what you say and do what you say in order for someone to trust you. And that's just not in relationships. That's in any kind of situation. I had this guy, he wanted to talk to me about a business prospect. And each time he would email me, he would say something like, this is the last time I'm going to message you about this offer that I'm giving you. And then a week later, I would get the same kind of email saying, this is the last chance of, keep on doing it and like that. And it made me not even think, it made me not trust this business proposition. Whereas if they'd just sent me one email, and said this is going to be, this is what I'm offering you, this is the last email I'm going to send you. And if they had perhaps waited a month, then maybe I would have contacted them. But because they kept on sending me that kind of thing every week, it made me think that actually maybe this business proposition is actually not real, it's probably fake, there's something weird going on, I don't trust this person, because they keep on saying to me each week, this is the last time I'm going to email you about this business proposition. So it's kind of like the same thing. It makes the person on the receiving end, so let's say your ex or your crush, not trust you if you keep on going back on your word. So if you have said to them that you're walking away from this, or you've said to them something like, let me know if you change your mind, and you keep on going back on that, you are not giving them the space and time to think about you and to actually change their mind, which is something that they desperately need. Now, of course, you might say something like this to someone and walk away, and they may never come back. They may never change their mind. They may never reach out to you ever again, which actually is really good, because it shows you that this person doesn't really care that much, and therefore you don't even need to spend any more time or energy on this person because their attraction for you is just not strong enough. And you don't want to be wasting your time with people whose attraction for you isn't strong enough. You want to be with someone who would love to date you, would miss you if you suddenly left their life. You want to be with those kinds of people that really want you in their life. And if this person is showing to you that they don't want you in their life by not reaching out to you, by not initiating contact with you, by not putting in the effort, then that shows to you that this person is no longer worth your time and you've done the right thing by walking away from them. Now, a lot of people get scared of this because they feel like, oh my God, if I don't talk to this person again, I'm going to lose them. But that kind of feeds into like a scarcity mindset where you think that you're not going to find anyone else better than this person. And that's why you feel like you need to keep on messaging them and talking to them and trying to get their approval and trying to find ways to win their approval. But the thing is, if this person isn't attracted to you and doesn't like you in that way, then you're never going to get their approval. You're never going to get their love. You're never going to get their attraction or adoration or whatever it is that you want from them. Again, this doesn't have to be just with romantic relationships. It's with business relationships as well. If this person really wants to do business with you and really likes you and wants that business proposition, they will get in contact with you eventually. They will seek out more information. And it's the same with romantic relationships. If this person does want to be with you, does think you're interesting, is interested in you, they will reach out to you eventually. And time is always the best thing to use. So when you do walk away from someone, you have to really mean it and give them that time. But sometimes I see people getting very desperate and wanting to be in that relationship now, wanting that person to be in love with them now because they just don't have the patience to wait it out and to see what unfolds. And therefore they're trying to force things. And if you try to force things, that person isn't going to want to be with you because you are rushing them and you're making them work at your speed instead of their speed. And if you truly care about someone and truly want to be with someone, you will let them have that time to think about you, to miss you. And when you do start dating or getting back together, you give them that time to fall in love with you or fall in love with you again. And you basically have to have this attitude of patience. You have to have this attitude of, I'm going to take my sweet time because, you kind of have to have that sense about yourself. You kind of have to have that sense of, they'll fall in love with me at some point because I know I'm a great person. And you kind of have to feel that way about yourself a little bit. Obviously not so much that you're a narcissist and you treat other people poorly, but enough so you've got enough self-esteem to know that you are a worthwhile person. And if this person doesn't want to be with you, who's not and is not interested in you, you will go out there and find someone who is. And who knows, perhaps in a few years or in a few months, this person will come back into your life or try to rekindle things with you. So you have to give them time. You have to give them that space. Because if you don't and you start rushing things and you keep on, let's say messaging them once a week or even once a month, you're not giving them the time. You're not giving them that space to miss you, to want to be with you, to develop those feelings for you. Because you are rushing them and you're trying to make them move to your clock instead of their clock. And you can't rush someone to feel something for you. They have to come to that conclusion and feel those emotions themselves. You can't manipulate the strings to get them to fall in love with you quicker. It will happen in their own time, at their own pace. And a lot of people are different. Some people fall in love a lot quicker and some people fall in love a lot more slowly over months and sometimes even years. You need to give them that time. You need to give them that space to develop those feelings and not rush them. Not rushing them to get back with you if this is your ex. You need to give them that space to miss you. And that is why you have to stay away when you've said that you're going to walk away or you've made the internal decision yourself to walk away from this person. Because you don't necessarily have to say to someone, I'm walking away from you. You don't necessarily have to do that. but it might be just some kind of internal conclusion that you've come to. I made this video on kind of like the sweet spot that you need to get to in order to re-attract someone, or when you start dating someone. And basically, it's basically the difference between someone who's really cold and ignoring the person they like, and someone who is like overly attached, and the kind of like the sweet spot where you have to get to in order to be able to come across much more emotionally mature, to attract someone, all that kind of good stuff. So please go and watch that video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on why it's important to stay away after you have walked away. If you would like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. And I shall talk to you guys again very soon. Bye guys.